Eagles win game 1, 22-13. On to game 2 now with the 1-0 lead. How do the Ravens respond? Remember, we do swap sides. 2-3-2 for who is the home team. So the Eagles will be the home team in game 2. Then games 3, 4, and 5 will all be home for Baltimore. And this is going to be pretty even to start. What's the last number for the Ravens? Only the 5, which means the 7 and the 9 will go to Philadelphia. Off kickoff with the 8s. That was kind of a subpar touch there with that 8. And on the 32, Philadelphia definitely has the advantage, especially after this 0. And they move a long way down the field. See what they can get here on this brief 2-on-1. They'll take it down inside the 40 of Baltimore. And on the 46 with the 9, that's in range, but it's a long way out. Down to the 11, they will go for the touchdown. And they have got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Picking up right where they left off in game 1. The extra point is good. It is 7-0. To begin the first period in game 2. This is a nice start here for Baltimore. They've already got the 9, forced the 0, but now the Eagles recover by grabbing the 8 and now the 7. But the Ravens still trying to keep their foot on the gas here, and they are. This is a little bit of an advantage change here. The Ravens are going to be the ones who are going to have the chance, it looks like. It's going to have to start here on the 9, and again, it's only a 22-yard gain. You got to have a little bit of a better touch in that. Certainly better than a whiff, but you would like to get a big booming touch way down the field. And here might be a chance here. That wasn't a great touch out of the Eagles. And now in the 42, Ravens can get some points out of this. They'll take it down to the 20-yard line. They will settle for the field goal. On its way, and it is straight through. So the Ravens cut the deficit. 7-3 now. Heading into the second quarter. And this is a little bit of a weak start for Baltimore. They take the 1 and the 3. And now the 0. This is not what they want. The Eagles are going to look to go down the field here, but then there's the 8 out of Baltimore. That is big. They'll finish it up with a 6. They're going to have both reds, but is that going to be able to get some big touches and big yards down the field? It's right on the midfield. And the Eagles are advancing the ball quite smoothly. We're into the red zone, and they still have an advantage here. But a big touch from the 8 for the Ravens clears it out past the midfield line. Philadelphia's going to try to get back down there. They're on the 43. Takes it down to the 8. They're going to go for the special teams touchdown. And they've got it. Touchdown, Eagles. The extra point is good. Extending their lead now. The Eagles are hot in the first half of game 2. Can they build on it even further heading into the second half of play? Oh, that's a big win there by the Ravens grabbers. They grabbed that 9. Can they finish it off with a 7? They cannot. A big win by the Eagles in the end. And they'll take it down into the red zone. The Ravens have been bruised several times already throughout this game and the series. This was not the defense we saw in the latter halves of games 5 and 6 in that AFC Championship Series. The 9 cleared back to midfield. The 7 for the Eagles. They're going to look for the field goal try at the half. They're going to get one here from the 21. That's in good position. Kick is on its way, and it is good. Eagles lead 17-1, or 17-3. Moving on to the second half of game 2. Ravens, when will they find their mark? It would be big for them to turn it around in this second half, steal the game. That would swing all the momentum in their favor. But right now, we have a very strong chance of seeing a 2-0 lead for the Eagles. That would put them halfway towards a Super Bowl title. Already gaining some yards in the first slot, but then a max strength gain from the 3 out of Baltimore. And now, what can they do here? That touch left a lot to be desired on the 46. And then another subpar touch there. So the Ravens had a chance to at least look downfield for opportunities, but those doors were immediately shut, and now the ball's in field goal range the opposite way. On the 28, Eagles with the field goal try. It's on its way. And no good. The Ravens will hold down the back line, and that was necessary. If it becomes a 3-score game, they might just have to say, go next. And just accept the fact that they would have been at a 2-0 deficit. But they are still hanging around in game 2, but they got a long way to go. Have not scored a touchdown since the very end of the first half in game 1. Have only scored 3 points since then. And I don't think they're changing that in this period. Eagles 3-6-9 to begin. Now the 8. And the 4 to Baltimore. This lead might continue to build for the Eagles. Can't get a ton of big touches right now, though. Ravens are fending off Philadelphia for now, but only for now, that is. On the 29, with the 8 there, going to whiff. Ravens will get away with this one. And the ball will end up on the 37, so the Ravens, or for the Eagles, they do not score. But they are going to get a consolation of field position, and that's just fine when you're up 14. This late in the game here, Ravens need to go now. They got to get a touchdown in this period. There's just no way you can expect any team to score 2 touchdowns in one period in the 8th when they've only scored 3 points all game. But they may have an opportunity. Look at that back half of the lineup. 8, 6, and 9. Can they gain some yards in the front end to set themselves up in position for that? They will gain a few on their own 43. But again, they have the yellows, but these are just little pokes on the ball. They're not getting the big home run balls that they need right now. And they're not even going to be in the offensive half. On their own 35, they're going to whiff. That will certainly be the closer for game 2. Ball on the 30. Eagles will get the field goal try on its way, and it is good. Philadelphia is up 20-3 as they continue to soar higher than the Ravens right now. Ravens, it's too late to make a surge now. To make anything significant, they're going to have to come out swinging in game 3. They'll have an advantage, but down 17, that's just too much to gain. They're going to have to find an answer for an Eagles team that is a Porsche with no brakes right now. And a whiff out of Baltimore. Eagles, they don't overextend. They may avoid scoring just because they don't want Baltimore to gain momentum if the ball goes back to the 50, but who knows, they may have a chance. We might see a 0 score here. Not quite, it's out of range, but that will do it for game 2. 20-3, the final score. Philadelphia is up 2-0 in the series.